morning, good morning. I wasn't planning on wearing this for this one too. That's why I got a scarf on underneath there. I had just put that on this morning, but look what I got, and I showed it in the little crystal video. But it just feels so cozy. Okay. We are in the tarot study of the High Priestess. So, and we're going in order here with the tarot study. First, we did the Fool, which is the 0 card, and then we did the Magician, which is the number 1 card, and then now we are in the High Priestess, which is the number 2 card. So there she is with all of her balance and mystery. It's like balance and mystery together. And then we have, there she is there. This is the Wandering Star. Then we have the Tarot of the Abyss, Wildwood, and I know I show these every day, but some of you, this is your first one, so this is the Light Seers. My light language is like wanting to come out. Golden Art Nouveau. I always think this makes her look like she has ears, with the pomegranate behind her thing. see the ears. This is the Star Tarot, which this one, I thought it was a skull on her crown, like one of those cute little skulls, like from one of these other ones, but the Night Before Christmas, that kind of art, but it's not. It's just where the moon and the moons and the stars kind of come together. But oh, where is it? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I put it in front of my face. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, so, but this is a really pretty one too. I like the nightness of this one, as weird as that sounds. There's the Good Tarot, there's the Tarot of the Divine, and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I don't know why sometimes I don't even try, and it like does like clear imagery, and then sometimes I try and it's like blur blur blur. It's okay. All right. Today we are reading from Tarot and Astrology. Let me hold these two up, but oops, yay. Okay, sorry, I have to make a little picture for the thing so you can find it. All right. The High Priestess, the moon. The moon is the ruler of the night, the keeper of secrets, the guardian of dreams. When she takes the form of the High Priestess, the moon becomes a close and trusted confidant, able to help us understand the cycles of life and measure our responses to the ebb and flow of time. Tarot readers often recognize themselves in the High Priestess. She is a mystic seated at the gateway between this world and the next. She knows the secrets of the universe, but she shares them only with the wise. Most depictions of the High Priestess include lunar imagery. In the Wizard's Tarot, for example, the High Priestess reads cards by the guiding light of the full moon. She wears a headpiece made up of waxing, full, and crescent moons, as well as gleaming moonlight pearls. I do not have the Wizard's Tarot, but that's what they always show in this book. I don't know if you could kind of get a gist of it, but this is the layout of this book. In fact, the High Priestess is the embodiment of the moon, the luminous orb of reflection and intuition. If she seems to represent the goddess in the process, that's no accident. In ancient Greece, Selene was the goddess of the moon. She would rise from the oceans each night, freshly bathed. Oh, I love the sound of that. I don't know if I've ever heard that, the moon, like if you're watching it at the ocean and it coming up freshly bathed. I love that. And crowned with a crescent moon. In ancient Rome, she was Luna, Latin for moon. The moon is constantly changing form, as moon goddesses often do. So the Greeks also knew her as Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, wild animals, wilderness, childbirth, women and girls. The Romans knew Artemis by the name Diana. The look at all those connections. It's like instead of like this or, it's this and kind of a situation there. The moon is almost always paired with the sun. Some cultures consider the two luminaries brother and sister, while others refer to them as husband and wife. In either case, they are a primordial couple, and their heavenly partnership symbolizes the constant give and take between light and dark, action and reaction, masculine and feminine, radiance and reflection, and the conscious of the subconscious mind. All right, we might need to read that again. Did I have that highlighted, or is that just my vision being weird? I think I highlighted that sentence before. Yep, I did. Okay, let's read that again. So this is talking about the sun and the moon and their relationship, their partnership, the constant give and take between light and dark, action and reaction, masculine and feminine, radiance and reflection, and the conscious and subconscious mind. Which I think why I love that, and like that remembrance of that, the reminder of that, is we have to remember that it is a constant give and take and ebb and flow. It's never like, we should never like strive to always be like, I have to be this, I have to be this, I have to be that. We're never meant to be this or. It's always been meant to be this and. So we need to chill the fuck out, right? And like stop trying to force ourselves to be this instead of. It's this and we can try and lean more towards this way, but we were always meant to have the ebb and the flow, right? All right. Back to where we were. I can't get over my hat. In fact, from our vantage point on Earth, the sun and the moon seem to be the same size. Like Selene and Helios, Luna and Sol, or Diana and Apollo, they are a cosmic pair, equal in size and engaged in perpetual race through the heavens. I love that too. A cosmic pair, equal in size and engaged in a perpetual race through the heavens. How fun. Where the sun is masculine and active, the moon is feminine and receptive. The moon doesn't generate light and heat of its own. Instead, it reflects the light of the sun, changing and adapting each day as it orbits around the earth. God, I love that. It just sounds like a love story. I don't know why all of a sudden it makes me want to cry. Just like thinking of just like how magical this world is and how we are a part of that. Just as the moon reflects the sun's light, it also reflects our unconscious needs and desires. Because the moon is shrouded in shadows and darkness, it represents secrets and mysteries that may not be understood or even recognized. The moon symbolizes the rocky landscape of memory and feeling, brilliantly illuminated when the moon is full, but dark and shadowy when her face is hidden from view. And what I like about that, and like reference to the high priestess, is like the shroud that what's the behind her. Like if she was, I was wondering if any one of these. Yes, here. Like if you were to, like how she has her face partially hidden, and how we can like put that as like compare that to the moon being partial when she is partially hidden, and like how it's like that the mystery there, and the oyana siano tuyano oyana kiano oyana. It's just, I guess we'll just leave it at mystery. Yeah. Okay. Just as the moon, wait, where was I? I don't know. Okay. Just as the moon reflects the sun's light, it also reflects our unconscious needs and desires. Because the moon is shrouded in shadows and darkness, it represents secrets and mysteries that may not be understood or even recognized. The moon symbolizes the rocky landscape of memory and feeling, brilliantly illuminated when the moon is full, but dark and shadowy when her face is hidden from view. Oh, sorry, I read all. The moon reflects our fears and insecurities as well as our desires for nurturing and safety. It describes our sensitivities, our inborn responses to emotional triggers, our instinctive responses to threats, and our immediate reaction to predatory behavior. It can relate to early childhood memories, the past, the longings for a better, more perfect life. So I think, like, in like comparing again the moon and the high priestess, with a few of these, with all of these cards that we were looking at, and just thinking about how we were talking about before in previous videos, how what I like about her is this quiet power. It's like this serenity, and yet there's this hidden, like, underneath all of that serenity is just like, she doesn't have to prove anything to anybody, right? She's just there hanging out, just comfortable in who she is. But and just thinking about the moon just being up there, hanging out, being who she is. But the power she has, this quiet, I don't know why it keeps making me emotional this morning. Whew. But anyway, it could just be hormones. But anyway, just think about talking about then the ebb and flow we were talking about before. Think about the tides and the ebb and flow of that. And she's just sitting back, relaxing. All the while, she has control of the tides of the ocean. And she's just like, whatever. It's just a thing. I'm just here, hanging out, being the moon. Not like being all flashy, or like where you, like, the sun is a little bit more flashy, right? You stand out there too long, you're going to get burned up. The moon isn't flashy like that, but the moon is powerful. The moon is comfortable in who she is. She doesn't have to prove it to anybody. In all of her phases, like, she's like, I come and go. I don't have to, like, show up when I'm called. I'm on my own cycle. Whatever. All right. Focus. The more I talk there, the more I lose my place. So here we go. I'm assuming it's where my thumb is. We're just going to go with that. Astrologically, the moon symbolizes the depths of personality. It has ties to I don't know. Anyway, memory, mood, and motherhood, along with corresponding issues of fertility, rhythms, and the need to nurture our creations. The moon rules Cancer, the sign of home and family. It also rules the 4th house of the zodiac, where modern astrologers look for information about childhood, motherhood, and nurturing. The moon rules the breast. And don't forget to get those checked. This is a Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I had my mammogram and it's all clear. Thank you. It rules the breast, stomach, ovaries, and the womb. A reminder of the nurturing power expressed through mother's milk and comfort food. The moon card corresponds to the element of the water. Okay, so, which makes sense. She's got the power over it. All right, cosmic connection, the void of course moon. As the moon orbits the earth, it travels through the signs of the zodiac. Along the way, it moves into geometric aspects with other planets. When the moon runs out of aspects in a sign, however, it's said to be void of course. Sometimes the moon is only void of course for a few seconds and then moves into the next sign. Occasionally, however, the moon can be void of course for a day or two. Symbolically, when the moon is void of course, it's floating. unconnected to any other planets, and disconnected from the rest of the universe. It's no longer grounded in reality. You might even say it's sleepwalking. When the moon is void of course, it's a good time to focus on spiritual concerns and creative matters, but it's not a good time for important decisions or activities. Delay critical real-world matters until the void of course period has ended. I have never tracked that. Have you? And has it benefited you? I would like to know, because maybe we should start tracking that. I'm not amazing with astrology. I will be honest. I've taken classes, and it doesn't stick as well as I would like it to. I do find it completely interesting, especially the comparison between sidereal and tropical, but it just hasn't. I really would like to. I wish I had the brain to like keep it all in, but it hasn't yet. But I would love to hear from you if you do and you track that void of course and how that works out for you. Like, I'd love to hear that. So let us know. We all want to know. All right. Much love. See you tomorrow. Bye.